Bienvenidos a Enfoque International Film Festival en este su último día y mi nombre es Laura Alemán y seré su anfitriona por la tarde de hoy. Y en esta ocasión estaremos compartiendo con el legendario actor puertorriqueño y su talentoso hijo. Él ha participado en grandes filmes como Out of Sight, Boogie Nights, Traffic, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, entre cientos de títulos más. Y su hijo es un gran pintor y productor con quien hace unos años fundó Dark Rabbit Productions. Tengo el privilegio de entrevistar a nada más y nada menos que a Luis Guzmán y Cemí Guzmán. Por aquí.
Huepa.
Hola, hola, huepa.
¿Cómo estamos, mi gente? Saludos.
I'm extremely excited to have you guys here. How are you doing?
Fantastic. How are you?
Good.
Good. I'm nervous. I'm super nervous. I have to admit.
Why? What's going on?
I mean, I'm starstruck right now. I am speechless. Mira, me tiemblan hasta las manos. Así, mira.
También.
Me sudan las manos, se me aprieta el pecho.
No, mira, no.
¿No? I mean.
Tranquilito, mira. Huepa.
How are you guys doing today?
We're good. We're good. It's a beautiful day and looking forward to this and happy to be here with my son, Cemí.
You guys are looking good.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yo me vestí, yo dije, bueno, Louis from the Hood is coming. I better put my hoops, my red lipstick, my Puerto Rican shirt, my Puerto Rican necklace.
Mira, just con los hoops, vale.
Ya, ¿verdad? Ya estoy.
Ya,
bueno.
Ya
well, I wanted to ask you a couple things and just have a chat, have fun, and get to know each other if it's okay with you guys. So voy a estar hablando en Spanglish so we can enjoy the interview and maximize our time and get to know each other.
You could start with him. Start with him.
Dale, pues empiezo entonces con Cemí. So, Cemí, we've been friends on Instagram for a while. We've been chatting and I've been getting to know your work little by little. You're a painter, a very good one, actually. How did you start working as a painter? How did you start getting interested in creating art?
I never went to school for painting or had any sort of color theory classes or any real art classes. But I'm not a fan of saying that I'm self-taught. I credit my family and I credit my parents mainly for the drive for, oh wow, look at that. The drive for painting and exploring with different mediums. I use acrylic. I use oil, 24 karat gold in a lot of my pieces. And then over the last, I'd say like 10 years, I've been really welcomed in the art community. And a lot of my friends who are very, whether they're famous artists or not so famous artists, have welcomed me into their studios, into their homes, and taught me new techniques. And just, it's been a journey. So I don't know. I appreciate the compliment, but I'm just still learning and still having fun. And, yeah.
Nice. Well, here is one of our hosts from Enfoque Talks, Pamela Lukis, and one of my best friends as well. And she says, Cemí's hair has given me life. Welcome, Luis, as well, Enfoque family. You do have a gorgeous hair. Like,
thank you.
I mean, Luis, cuéntame. So I was doing a bit of research about you, and you're an authentic Boricua from Calle. Sí. Calle, como Wisin y Yandel.
Sí, yo nací en el caserío viejo, en Calle.
Mira para allá.
En 1956. So,
Ese es el mismo año de mi mamá, 56.
Yeah, so ya tú sabes that was a good year.
It was.
I love Calle. I love mi pueblito.
And then you moved to New York. At what age did you move to New York?
A los 15 minutos de nacido.
Eso fue, friendo y comiendo.
Mami me tuvo en el aeropuerto, me puso una bolsa, se montó en un avión, llegó a Nueva York. Así pasó. That's how, yeah. That's what she tells me. I mean, I was a baby when I got to New York.
And you were a social worker before you became an actor, but you were already doing some theater work, right?
It was a hobby, you know, and
Yeah.
I love being a social worker because I was helping young people to help themselves in the community. Um, y de vez en cuando había un amigo and they would escribir una obra and they would offer me like 10 different roles. Could you play these 10 parts? You know, y fue como te digo, de hobby, no era algo que yo me estaba diciendo, oh, yo quiero ser un actor, you know.
Look at that. That's a very good headshot of you.
That's my original headshot.
That's your first original headshot ever.
The only headshot, y mira ese pelo, look at that hair, baby.
Wow. Wow.
That's my original, the only headshot I ever had in my whole career.
Really? The only one?
The only one.
Wow. That's a very good headshot, actually.
Gracias.
And you and like, how did the transition happen? When did you decide to stop being a social worker and then dedicate yourself fully to acting?
I guess I got burnt out from being a social worker.
Yeah.
Things got very bureaucratic.
Yeah.
You know, I had like my own personal tragedy that happened in my life, and I just needed to move on. And you know, that's what I did. I took that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And it worked out pretty well.
Nice. And then Cemí came into your life.
Yes, Cemí came into my life in 1991. I adopted this young man, and I met him. He met me when he was 2 weeks old. We hit it off. He peed on me, and
and it was love at first sight.
Este se queda. Este no va para ningún lado. Este se queda. And yeah, and I went on to adopt 3 more beautiful children and had another biological child, and so it's 5 altogether. Cemí, Yamaya, Luna, Yoruba, y Margarita.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's when I was doing Carlitos way. Look at that.
Yes. So
look at those sideburns. Oh my God.
Wow.
I was gonna say, like, Cemí, you started to hang around movie sets since you were basically in diapers. Like, what is one of your earliest memories of being on set?
Earliest memories. Wow. You said what movie it was. I didn't recall what movie it was, but I remember. I'm forgetting what movie it was. We found out, but I guess my earliest memory is of us being on set, and it was like maybe 3 of us, and we were playing in the pool.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. I think I heard you guys say talk about that experience on an interview, a radio interview.
Yeah, I think we were doing the press tour for Hold On that when we were doing that. But yeah, that's one of my earliest memories is the 3 of us kind of hanging out, and we were just swimming in the pool and, you know, running around, and everybody's doing their thing, and hopefully we weren't too much of a ruckus, but yeah.
I found
good
what?
because the assistant director would say rolling, and they would come out of the water.
Oh yeah, right now.
And then they would say cut, and they would jump back in the water.
Mm.
Nice.
So estaban bien treneados. Estaban bastante bien treneados.
And talking about that, I was also seeing that you made sure that your kids also shadowed some of the people that you were working with. Cemí, I'm sure you have plenty of fun on movie sets, but I can't help to imagine all the knowledge you absorbed while observing. From what I've read, Luis took you to work and always encouraged you to learn to shadow professionals while he was working on set. So who did you shadow that became a big influence in your work as a filmmaker, other than, of course, Luis, your dad?
I guess it wasn't till later in life. That's a very good question. I haven't had nobody asked me that. I guess it wasn't till later, or I guess you could say more recent, that I stepped into this role as a producer. Only I'd say like the last 7 years.
Well, let me tell you who he shadowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how old he was. He must have been somewhere between 10 and 12 years old. I was doing a movie called Anger Management with Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson. I told Cemí, I said, okay, you work for me. This movie, this is your first paying job. He goes, how much I make an hour? I go, an hour? You're gonna get paid $10 a day. $10 a day. So, he takes care of me and everything. So one day, he goes, Pop, I'll be right back. And, I'll go, great. And pasó un tiempo, I don't see him. I'm asking all the ADs, yo, anybody see my son? I said, no. Yo, my son's missing. And I go out looking for him. Well, the AD goes, oh, he's in Jack Nicholson's trailer. Oh my God. So I go and knock on the door. Who opened the door? He opened the door. I said, what are you doing? Oh, Papi, I just want to see if Jack needed anything. I go, cabrón, you work for me, not Jack. Okay? Jack don't pay you. I pay you. So he got fired after that, and he went to work for Jack.
Look, I found this picture of you guys.
That was in Puerto Rico. That was at a film festival in Puerto Rico where we were premiering Carlitos Way.
Look at that. It's just amazing to think of all the experiences that you've collected as father and son. And that's why I really wanted you both to be here today, because I believe that growing in this industry gives you a certain level of understanding and humanity that you don't get to experience in a regular life. And so I feel this is just a beautiful interaction and relationship that you both have, and it's an honor to have you together in this interview. So thank you so much for that, for giving me the opportunity to interview both of you together.
Oh no, listen, man, we're here to be supportive and cheer you on, because somos fanáticos, just so you know, of you.
Ay, Dios mío, mira, deja. Ay. We actually did a commercial with Carlitos Ruiz. We were doing a commercial. You were doing this.
Pregúntale, Papo.
Pregúntale a Papo. I was one of the voices that interviewed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was one of the girls that was on the phone, and you just dismissed on your character. It was very fun.
Bendito.
Mira para allá. Well, you've worked with epic directors like Steven Soderbergh, Sidney Lumet, Paul Thomas Anderson, Kevin Reynolds, and many more. Carlitos Ruiz too. Carlitos Ruiz. That's why I mentioned the directors now, because we're talking about good, amazing directors. And you have hundreds of credits in big films and shows as well. Who do you feel has made an impact on you, and who have you created had great chemistry with throughout your career?
Well, definitely Sidney Lumet. I would put him on the top right there, because he was a genius filmmaker. Sidney was an actor's director, and Sidney did some of the most iconic movies in Hollywood ever. Pero también como dijiste ahora, working with people like Paul Thomas Anderson and Steven Soderbergh, Brian De Palma, Carlitos Ruiz, so many different directors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, every experience is different. Every experience you learn something new. That's what I love about my work. That everything is always different. There's something new to learn, and yo espero cada vez que estoy filmando que va a ser algo nuevo que voy a aprender hoy, you know, observando, hablando con otros actores, directores. He knows everything I'm saying right now.
Yeah. He knows exactly what we're saying.
You know, but you know, my approach to my work had always been, what can I learn? What can I learn? You know, because I don't show up thinking que I know everything. You know, I show up with the attitude, I want to be a team player, I want to learn, I want to have a good time, I want to complement everything that's going on here. So,
yeah. That's a beautiful philosophy to live with. And talking about learning and molding yourself, what has been one of the most challenging yet fun characters you've had to play along your career?
Which one do you think that was?
Anger management.
Anger management.
That was fun.
That was challenging?
Oh, challenging? I don't know.
Okay, let me help you.
Puerto Rico.
I don't think Cemí has seen enough of my movies. It's challenging.
It's tough to keep up.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, I was going through IMDb and like scrolling down. I was like, wait, what year is this?
Oh, no, I think the most challenging, two challenging roles that I've had was The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, yeah.
Porque cuando yo llegué allá a Ireland, estaban hablando inglés perfectamente inglés, and I didn't know qué carajo they were talking about. And they were speaking eloquent, beautiful English. And my very first take, me tiro con este English accent, the director, cut, what are you doing? I said, I'm applying my accent. Y él me dice, Papo, you're the only actor in this movie, don't need to do that. So le di muchas gracias, le di par de pesitos, y por ahí seguí. And then, el año atrás, I did this show called Our Lady of Perpetual Grace para Epics.
Yes.
And the writing of that show was so eloquent that it was real challenging. Porque, fíjate, las escenas eran de 6 páginas a 15 páginas. Eso fueron las escenas, you know, to do. And so you got to remember everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was very challenging because it was like, coño, like doing Shakespeare.
Yes.
You know, so
he
likes Shakespeare. He loves Shakespeare.
I mean, Cemí strikes me as an intellectual. Everything I see from Cemí is it's artistic, it's tasteful, it's elevated and como dice, rebuscado.
¿Y qué eso dice de mí?
No, I mean you are as well, but you're more this way, like you're like the pachanga. I see you with el pan de agua, with los bacalaitos, en el sancocho.
Very kind, thank you.
No, I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure that he gets that from you, and he gets all this amazing artistic, how do you say that in English? Ese legado artístico viene de ti.
You got that?
You like ambiance, almost like a aura, if you were, I guess.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Saludos, mi amor.
Shakira también es parte del equipo y siempre está colaborando y apoyando el proceso. Lester, que es el fundador de Enfoque International Film Festival, que está loco. Ya él se comprometió. He committed himself to bring you both to next year's festival, fly you in and get you into the festival and participate with us. And
si quieren, yo me quedo por un mes entero. Yo lavo plato, cambio cama, yo sé barrer bastante bien. Y el mapo, yo puedo bailar con un mapo como, olvídate.
Oh, look, Jesse Garcia is in here as well. Jesse was one of the actors as well in Narcos that you participated, but you participated in the season before, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I was in season 1. Jesse was what, season 4?
2. No, season 2. Season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Jesse.
So,
You know?
so you both co-founded a production company named Dark Rabbit Productions. What provoked the birth of this company?
What provoked?
For so many years, we've been collaborating with so many wonderful people that it was about time we put our name on something and had our own production company with the projects that we kind of lined up and we knew we were going to embark on. We know how special they are because we had such a big part, or all of the part, of developing it and creating it and casting it and choosing locations and choosing the cast and the crew and the directors and stuff like that. So we put so much work and we saw these projects that we were lining up, and it was the perfect time. Regardless of what's going on in the world, we're still pushing forward with our projects, and it's a perfect time for us. So that was at the beginning of this year, and we have a lineup of about 3 movies, documentary, a couple shows that we're really excited to put out. And
That's beautiful.
and development for all of that. So
That's great. And you already have a film called Hold On, based on a true story. It was released, if I'm not mistaken, this past December, and it's coming to streaming platforms pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
How did this project emerge to Dark Rabbit Productions? How did it get in?
Well, Hold On is not under Dark Rabbit Productions. It's under Stone Canyon Pictures.
Okay.
Tarek Tomei is the founder of and CEO. He's a fantastic director, writer, actor, and most importantly, one of my dearest friends.
A great, beautiful human being.
Beautiful human being. And,
I love him a lot.
He's a great human being, and he had called me up a couple years ago, and I was shooting. I was shooting something in New York, and he was always shooting in LA. And he was like, "Hey, can you take a look at my script?" I said, "Not a problem." We looked it over. He was like, "Well, why don't you fly to LA and we can talk about it?" And I hopped on a flight, and we started talking about it. And we went to the church where Michaela sang, and I looked at him, and it was like, "Okay, well, when, where, how do we do this? How do we make this movie happen?" And then I lived with him in Los Angeles, and we just, went to the grind, and it was fantastic working with him.
And I want to tell you something, okay? My son, I'm very proud of him. And he was asking me, "Oye, papi, who you think could play this role in this movie?" And I know he reached out to a whole bunch of people. Y después cabroncito me llama al cine para decirme a mí, "Oye, papi, you think you could play this role?" Para que sepan, mi gente, para que sepan. I was not the first choice. I was not the second choice. I was not the third choice. Yo estaba botado por allá, Pero no, miren, en realidad yo estoy bastante orgulloso de este joven, porque de veras, él hace el trabajo que tiene que hacer. Y tú sabes, no algo de egotístico, Esto es algo de, wanting to be creative, está pendiente de todos los actores, del crew, de todo el mundo,
Guys, I just want to hug you both right now. Like, I'm gonna tear up right now.
Okay, pero Pero, you know, he really cares, you know, he really cares about what he does and the people that he works with. And, you know, fíjate, I mean, he didn't show up knowing everything, you know, so he was like learning as he went.
Yeah.
Y un día que este chamaquito llegaba a casa a las 7 de la mañana, se levantaba 4 horas con 4 horas de dormir, and then arrancar para el próximo día, hacer las preparaciones para la filmación del día. So, you know, se dedicó, you know, and, you know, aunque sea que, you know, it was a small little movie, pero una película con corazón, you know, and I was very proud of him. I was very proud of the team that he worked with in putting this movie together, you know, and so I saw that él tiene la capacidad to be a producer, you know, to develop.
For sure.
And you know, en mi carrera, I always wanted to have that kind of a partner. Y mira, el partner salió, mi hijo.
Dios los cría. Pero en esta ocasión tú lo criaste.
Yeah, you know.
So, Cemí, question. I mean, do you feel that work ethic comes from seeing your father being such a disciplined man? You feel that there's a great influence of his work ethic in you?
Absolutely. I mean, not only him, but you do see what it takes to make a movie.
Yeah.
You grow up on set, or you spend so much set, and you see the work ethic that he puts in as an actor. Not only to study, but to bring something fresh. Those early mornings when people are tired and just, you know, kind of ready to just take things slow. He'll bring a lot of energy. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of attention to your surroundings. And also you want to respect the crew and the people that are a big part of putting this project together. It isn't just you know? So, no, absolutely. 100%.
That's beautiful. It's lovely. And it's something that says a lot about the relationship that you both have to be able to embark on this journey on creating this project.
Let me tell you something. Este llega con una maleta llena de chancletas para meterme chancletazo. Because oh no, he gets on my case and everything, you know. Me pone bien derechito, you know. Pero él lo hace con una pasión, you know. So, come on, Pop. We got to bring our A game, you know. And so, you know, yo puedo, you know, hacer un take y él viene donde mí y dice, pa, ¿qué fue eso? Papi, me estoy calentando, dame un momento, primero, hombre, you know?
Did he correct you a lot? Did he like tell you, no, Papa, this is not the line, read the line? It's like, or was it like, oh no, it's cool, you have the liberty to vary it a bit and put your...
You know when he's gonna bring that flair and the spontaneity, the energy, and then there's times where it's just not there, which is okay, but we need to get that shot. So
without, but I just want to say that, you know, I think it's also really important for us as Latinos that we really start elevating our game, you know, and that we have so many beautiful stories to say.
Yes.
We have to start producing our own projects, and also we have to start learning how to distribute our own projects también, because that's the foundation to being successful. And that's the chemistry and that's the formula that we want to create, not only for ourselves, but, you know, for other filmmakers that are out there, other actors, other writers, other directors, you know, other producing teams and stuff like that, because, you know, the world needs to know, you know, our stories. Y yo le digo la verdad, I'll tell you the truth, people. Yo me encabrono, perdona, pero es verdad, yo me encabrono when I see all these all these award shows and everything, salen de un Latino nominated and stuff like that. And it's like, but you know what? Not to take anything away from anybody's work out there, because everybody does good work. If you get nominated, obviously you did something. You did something great. Pero I just want us to be able to elevate our game, because again, coño, somos una gente talentoso,
Yeah.
We have to support. We have to support. He's absolutely right. We do have to elevate our game. We've been doing wonderfully, but we're not even close to enough. And we are experiencing a side of us that are expecting things.
Yes.
Expecting things such as whatever it is. We want to see a Latino superhero. We want to see a Latino. We want to see this. We want to see that. We haven't proven ourselves. And excuse me, I am going to be a little bit rude as well. We need to support. We need to go out and watch these films because there's no way a studio is going to do this unless we prove to them that this is something that's going to make them money. It has nothing to do. We have to go out and we have to support. We've been coming up slowly, but we're not coming up quick enough. We have to do more because if we don't do more, you can't expect things.
This is a beautiful testament, and I think it's a very assertive and not rude at all whatsoever. I think that we're all resonating in that same frequency where we as Latinos need to speak our truth and need to learn how to support each other and keep growing as a community in order for us to be able to see each other reflected on the big screen and support other people's process as film has supported our individual process, because I'm sure that both of you have found life solutions, not only on set, but also as spectators of a film. And it's beautiful when one can see themselves in a big screen and see like, hey, I never thought of that. I never thought of this solution. I never thought that somebody like me would be able to make it there and overcome the obstacles that we as Latinos have to deal with, not only in our respective countries, but also here in the United States as a mainland. So I really appreciate that you both bring this subject forward, because it's the perfect space to do that. And I don't want to cut this conversation. I want to continue it, but I would love to see the trailer of Hold On and share with others so that we can keep supporting it once it comes out in streaming. So, producción, cuando puedan, por favor, el trailer de Hold On.
I wish that I could write a song. I wish that I had the words. I wish that
Okay, next. I mean, great voice, but, I mean, who wants to listen to a song about writing a song?
When I started here, I told you I came here to sing.
I'm just gonna need you to focus a little bit.
I have a huge audition coming up. Just not getting any younger, and I feel like this might be my last shot.
Number 945. It's about more than just the voice.
I mean, you got some mad pipes, girl. You have no idea what you're doing, which is why you need me. You said you're a songwriter too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna find your first single right now. Been recording some stuff with this girl from this church, and she's actually really good.
But you got a lot going on inside of you that you're bottling up.
Destruction of private property, threatening your boss. I mean, come on, man.
You remind me a lot of Taj. I mean, the real Taj, the kid I grew up with. It's your sister, it's Sydney. Why are you doing this to our family? I just pray that one day I could have him back, even for a moment.
I want you to know you're gonna be okay, believe.
That song is not ready, and I'm not ready to sing it. Like, I wrote that song when I was going through a really hard time recently.
And I want you to keep playing that.
Oh, don't you give up. Please don't ever forget God is with you. He's right there.
I get the chills. I honestly get the chills. I've seen all the videos there is on the internet, on the website, on the Instagram page, every single one of them. And every experience I've heard from you guys is it's mind-blowing. I cannot wait to see this film. How did it impact your life individually? Like how did it impact you as a person, as an individual?
Well, you know, I wanted to support the team, the young people that were doing this movie. My son, Tarek, Michaela. I thought it was really important. I thought it was a beautiful, incredible story. You know, it wasn't. You know, I didn't approach this as like, okay, here comes Luis Guzman, the actor, but wow, here I come, and what a beautiful project, and you know, I wanted to put my full weight behind it. You know, I will say that I've been disappointed with the whole distribution process of this movie because it's a spectacular movie, and you know, the world should see this movie. You know, and again. Um, why it's not out there right now in these times. You know, this is a feel-good movie.
Yes.
This is a movie that, you know, it's a faith-based movie, pero es una película que uplifting, que te puede levantar. And so, otra vez, yo me encabrono porque, you know, the whole distribution aspect of it, you know, hasn't taken off.
Yeah.
We've been promised a lot of things, and you know, and this is the first time I'm really talking about it like this, and it needs to be said, because you know, man, enough is enough. You guys got a great movie. Let's get it out there. I don't know why it's not on Netflix or Hulu or something like that. So, but you know, again, this is the movie that these young people put together, and it was put, you know, and it was bought, you know, by a I guess a distribution company, if that's what it is. And but you know, as far as I'm concerned, they're sitting on their hands, you know. And I have to say this, you know, I have to say this at Luis Guzman because it's been how many years? 3 years. 3 years, you know. So I hope that I hope it gets out there because I think the world deserves to see this. I think the world deserves to see Michaela's story. She's an incredible human being. She suffered through a lot. She's been through a lot, and she's an inspiration to many women out there. You know, so I tip my hat to Michaela, to Tarek, and to Cemí, and to all those people that worked on Hold On, all the actors, all the crew. You know, because this was a real labor of love, and that's how it should be treated, and it should not be neglected.
Yes. I think it's I think it's such a powerful project, and I have not seen it yet, and I cannot wait, and I hope that we figure out a way that to take it out without having to have a middleman to distribute it, because I believe that the world, and especially Puerto Ricans that are watching here right now, should submerge themselves in the films that we are creating to empower and to move further conversations that are so important in this moment right now. Did you guys, the Cemí in particular, did you learn anything that made you aware of aspects of yourself that you didn't know before through this project?
Yeah, absolutely. Every day was a learning process. Every day you go to work, and you know, especially when you have these labors of love and these passion projects, you're gonna you're gonna face new challenges every day that you could not prepare for. And so, yes, every day you learn something new and you go through something new. I learned a lot. Even all my experience on set. This was a true passion project with the people that I loved to work with every day. And I know that sounds kind of cheesy and everything.
No, not at all.
We really, like when you're on set, you really live with them. And we live together through the pre-production process, through principal, all the way to post. So these are people that we really I spent a lot of time with. Pop spent a lot of time, of course, with. And I love them. So it was a learning process to work and to create and be in an environment where there's so much trust and ability to be able to speak your differences, to be able to say, yes, I disagree, yes, I like this, and we all kind of went through that. And I think that was wonderful. So, absolutely.
That's beautiful. Well, changing a bit the subject, and I'm gonna come back to Hold On because I have an idea, but I'll say it later, just not to get drawn to it and completely forget about the rest of the interview. But I wanted to say and change the subject because I'm obsessed, Luis, with Mikey on Shameless. I am truly obsessed. I think it's my favorite character so far, and I love basically every single project I've seen you with, but this in particularly is the funnest one. Your work along with William Macy is one of my favorites so far. You have also appeared together in Boogie Nights back in '97, and the chemistry between you two is just mind-blowing. The realness to it makes me wonder, did you guys have like wild shots where you could actually improvise a bit of the scenes?
No, I mean, we pretty much followed the script, ¿sabe? Pero, Bill Macy's a pro, I'm a pro, and tú sabes que yo no pienso, yo me tiro.
Yeah.
And a tirarme is when I figure it out, and so it's good to work off someone when you can work that way, because, si uno va ahí con un plan, para mí no se va a ver si algo natural. A mí me encanta la naturaleza de mi actuación, no pienso, como te digo, yo me tiro. So, cuando trabajé en Shameless with Bill Macy, we just went for it, we just went for it. Así fue, so.
I would love to show a bit of a scene of Shameless, of you two. So, producción, cuando puedan poner el pedacito de Shameless a continuación.
Going the old signage route, Frank? A bit's right, don't you think? It's true. I got kicked out of the military because I couldn't get enough of his cock. Lost a leg to the Taliban. Did they give a shit? No. Said my rainbow ass packing.
Our dream was to return home with 2 Purple Hearts. Instead, we're in a parking lot with nothing to show for it except our love. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I can't stop laughing. It's one of my favorite scenes. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. You know what I mean? That all of that wasn't in the script. We just went for it. You know,
All of that. So that was basically an improv scene there.
Yeah, some of like yeah, especially that beautiful, eloquent, loving, ridiculous kiss at the end. Pero la verdad es, when you're an artist and you're creating stuff, you got to go for it, man.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And you know, I'm very proud to work with William H. Macy. He's a good friend, and you know, I was honored to work on Shameless. It was a great show.
That's beautiful. I've been a fan of the show, and seeing you there was that cherry on top that we were all needing as Latinos and as Puerto Ricans. Like seeing one of ours and shows that we can relate somehow. It's always refreshing and inspiring, and it does create a certain sense of relief that yes, there is a possibility of us keep building our community of Latinos in the industry. And so thank you for just creating so much space for us Puerto Ricans and Latinos in general in the industry.
Absolutely.
You have done great collaborations with the Puerto Rican film industry. We talked about Mal de Amores previously. Both of you, now that you have Dark Rabbit Productions, you have a plan to collaborate with more projects in the island in order to support the growth of the local industry at an international level.
We do want to work with the island of Puerto Rico. We would love to do something. We haven't entered discussions yet. But it is something that we do want to do. We have a list of a few projects that we are developing now. With what's going on in the world, some locations did change and some things were tweaked, but we are excited to push full force. We are about spreading awareness, bringing in an immense amount of diversity, but also supporting a lot of communities.
Yes.
Not only the island of Puerto Rico, but I'm a Vermonter. I grew up in the state of Vermont. And so Vermont, New York City, and helping all of these places. So there is the possibility of working with the island of Puerto Rico, because we have stories, we have scripts with writers, brilliant writers that we've been working with over the last couple of years and kind of mentoring. And so it's no problem to get somebody to write us a great, incredible script and do something fun on the island, which we would love to do.
Yeah, I helped produce una película que se titula Puerto Ricans in Paris.
Yes.
And so I would love to do a sequel called Puerto Ricans in Paradise, and I would love to shoot it in Puerto Rico.
That would be lovely. And it's fun, and it's crazy that you mention it, because the first year that I moved to LA actually was 2015, and it was showing up in LA Film Festival. And that was literally me getting into LA. Somebody invited me to see this film, and then it was Puerto Ricans in Paris. And it was like, hey, welcome to LA. Yes, you are well received. And then I see you on screen, and like the whole, you know what? I actually have the trailer. Let's see that one, because I think it's a very fun project, and I think it would be lovely to create a sequel in Puerto Rico. So, producción nuevamente cuando puedan, Puerto Ricans in Paris.
Dale con dale.
In a world where the black market bleeds the fashion industry dry, our only hope.
Suspect heading north and he's going fast, annoyingly fast.
Are two of New York's finest.
I'm the brains of the operations. I don't run. You're the muscle. You run.
Yeah, when do I get to be the brains?
I'll text you when there's an opening.
Happy anniversary, Mommy and Poppy.
I knew it. You forgot. Just like my birthday.
You gotta start treating her better, or she gonna leave you. That was my brother-in-law. He wondered why I never want to get married, you know?
What do you mean you never want to get married? I'm not going to sit around here waiting for some old-ass grandpa with commitment issues.
Wait, I don't have issues. I have an issue.
Gentlemen, meet Colette and Vincent. They have come all the way from Paris just to talk to you two, Boricuas.
That bag, the center of our campaign. There are only 2 in the world, and 1 has been stolen.
We need the best. We want you to go to Paris.
Yeah, the French are kind of pricks, you know.
We are prepared to reward you 150,000.
But y'all seem really cool.
Gloria barely even spoke to me before I left, bro.
We find that bag, that's 150 G's. For that kind of money, she'll forgive you. Get your head into the game. Let's find the bag.
NYPD, hands up! Where's the bag? What? Where is it?
He says he doesn't know what bag you speak of.
You got 5 seconds before I snap your arm off. 1, 2, 3.
What?
You don't need to translate the numbers.
We investigate everybody. Police! Yeah. You think Paris is ready for this?
So you strike out with all the French chicks and now you're dialing me?
No, baby.
I gotta run.
I just have one simple question. Have you ever been with a Puerto Rican? Oh, stink! What you doing later? Yo! Oh, damn! You don't even pick up Puerto Ricans here either.
I'm always laughing, like, behind the scenes with everything that you guys do. You were executive producer to this film, right?
Yeah.
How did this project emerge to your hands?
Well, my dear friend Eddie Garcia, who was my co-star on the movie, we had an angel who wrote us a check and said, go make a movie. And we reached out to Ian Edelman and we put a team together and we casted it. We shot this movie in Prague, Paris, and New York. And it was great. It was a great experience. You know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Did Cemí get to go with you to all these places? No, you were invited.
I think he was working on some other stuff.
Yeah, I was busy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had all this fantasy made out in my mind that you guys went together. And it was just Puerto Ricans in Paris making.
because you know, sometimes he has to do his thing and I have to do my thing, and then
For
we
sure.
collaborate.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Guys,
if we're in the same place at the same time, no bueno. Because I can't take it. Yo tengo que respirar, you know. I don't care.
asfixiado, salte para allá.
¿Viste?
So guys, I was wondering, because here at Enfoque Talks, it's a segment of Enfoque International Film Festival. It's our 11th edition, and we would have loved to know about Hold On before this so that we could have actually shown it. But thinking here out of my head, maybe it's something that we could actually do and do a release through Enfoque, and do it like at a pay-per-view or Vimeo on demand or whichever way you guys prefer. But just throwing it out there, we would love to see. I'm pretty sure that everybody here at Enfoque would love to have Hold On and be able to enjoy this beautiful piece. So just throwing it out there, just letting you guys know there's always a possibility here. Just saying.
Yeah. We'll have to enter some discussions and talk about that. I mean, we would love to. It's about sharing the story. This project is about that at its core. So as many eyes can get on it. And thank you so much for supporting it and admiring it so much and watching all the videos, because it is a story that we all want to share. So we're excited.
So Mia, what do you got going on?
Yeah.
What I thought this interview was about you guys, but of course, yeah. What I got going on? Well, I'm actually working with Enfoque, supporting their process and getting them to be seen with as many eyes as possible, so that the world can get to know the work that everybody's doing here, not here in LA, in Puerto Rico, films are being produced with so many obstacles every day in the island, and I think that it's one of the few spaces that local artists have to support themselves and to show their art. So anything I could do for my island, I will do, and I'm here and committed to them in heart and soul to make it as visible and as possible. So thank you guys for giving me the opportunity of sharing your experiences and your journey as artists here in Enfoque. I am extremely grateful again. We're about to finish. It's only 4 minutes away. Is there anything you guys want to say before we go?
Quiero mandar saludos a mi familia allá en Aguadilla, familia allá en Cuamo, familia en Calley. Quiero decirle a mi gente allá en Puerto Rico que yo conozco que, tú sabes, la costa está un poco dura, especialmente en el área del sur, allá por Ponce, con temblores y todo eso. And, I just hope that somebody comes up with a plan. I got a plan, pero, again, el sufrimiento que está pasando ahí, le mando mi apoyo, mis bendiciones a nuestra isla, a mi país, a mi tierra de nacimiento. And, I will always represent us and do the best I can for us, orgulloso de mi hijo, orgulloso de la juventud ahí en Puerto Rico, orgulloso de Bad Bunny, Benito,
Yes.
Presidente, por favor, como ellos dicen, mi gente, especialmente la juventud, go out and vote, usa esa carta, vaya, salen a votar, porque mira, mañana es tuyo, si lo quieres, mañana es tuyo, tú sabes, so step it up, mi gente, you like to say anything?
Yeah, no, that was beautifully said. I will.
Oh, you got all that?
Yes, of course. I can't share what network we're presently talking to, but we do have another show that we developed in the works with, where Luis is your master chef, your life lessons teacher, your dance teacher, and your host every episode.
Oye, ¿tú bailas?
Yo bailo salsa que ni me pregunte.
Ahora sí.
Lo mío es candela.
Cuidado.
But anyway, let me finish. We have a cooking show coming out soon. Follow Luis at
Louis from the Hood.
On Instagram?
Yes.
I am Luis Guzmán on Twitter and Luis Guzmán on Facebook. And you?
Yeah, so just Cemí Guzmán on Instagram, and we should be posting soon about it. But we're excited to share it, and it's a show that we developed here in Vermont.
Nice.
And we're hoping, in the future seasons, we get to travel and visit new restaurants and see new recipes. But
yeah. Luis
will be teaching you a couple of his recipes.
Cocinero profundo.
Bueno,
gente, muchas gracias por tenernos con ustedes hoy y las bendiciones. Y bueno, cuando se vea, vamos a bailar.
Vamos a bailar y te voy a hacer un flan. Like I saw you guys cooking on Instagram. I see everything you guys do, from the sancocho to the salads to los pasteles. I've been stalking both of you. I'm kind of a psycho stalker on Instagram, so you'll figure that one out later. But I'll make you a flan de queso que ni te cuento. And then we'll speak about dancing salsa together.
There you go.
Bueno, gracias nuevamente, Luis y Cemí. Ustedes son nuestros invitados de honor. Thank you so much for the privilege and for being the closing event, basically, to our beautiful 11th edition of Enfoque International Film Festival. We hope and wish that next year we can actually count with you guys. If you guys don't get busy up on this time of year, but I do hope that we can actually hang out next year in the 12th edition, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon and dancing a bit of salsa and eating some sancocho.
Nos encontramos ahí en Crash Boat.
Dale, nos encontramos en Crash Boat ahí al final del puente.
Ahí mismo.
Well, guys,
yo me tiro.
Yo también. Vamos a ver. Well, guys, don't stay in the platform. I'm gonna close up the show, but we want to say something backstage. Thank you so much again for being with us, and see you soon.
Boricua hasta la muerte.
Bueno, gente, gracias por sintonizarnos en la tarde de hoy. Mi nombre nuevamente es Laura Alemán y para mí es un honor y un privilegio haber podido tener esta conversación con Cemí y con Luis. Así que, bueno, espero que se hayan disfrutado del festival y si están por las plataformas de cine, por favor, sigan apoyando el cine local, sigan viendo las películas. Ya escucharon a Cemí, a Luis. Es importante que nos apoyemos y que sigamos dándonos ese empujoncito adicional para seguir adelante como comunidad. Eso es todo por esta tarde. Es un placer estar con ustedes.